Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of VizRT Tuesday Tutorials. I am your host Richard Evans. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So today, I'd like to show you how to use the TriCaster Flex Dual to control your PTZ cameras. A very helpful tool in producing live video, so let me show you how it's done, son. Alright, so I have my TriCaster 2 Elite interface up with myself over here in input number 1, and then I also have my TriCaster Flex Dual here on my desk, and we're going to combine these to where we can use the different controls on the Flex Dual to manipulate our camera positionings, okay? Now, I have a camera right here in front of me, which is what I normally use to film my Tuesday tutorials here, and that's what I'll be controlling via the Flex Dual. Okay, so the one thing I want to show you first is a couple different ways to select the camera of what you want to control via the joystick up here at the top right. So let's zoom into the top right here. All right, so one way you can do it is I can have follow preview selected like so, and then select PTZ. And now if I have a camera that is PTZ enabled that I want to use, I can then say if I have like a bunch of different cameras, instead of punching them in manually, I can just say, all right, whatever is on my preview row, I can then manipulate. So right now on my preview row, I have my input number 1, which is this. And now if I go through and use my joystick, you can see I can zoom in, I can zoom out, I can pan it up and down, etc. Cool. Okay, so this is going to be a rudimentary, way of doing this today, so just keep that in mind. You can make this a whole lot more detailed if you have a whole bunch of different cameras, all right? But that is one way to do it. Now, another way to do that, let's say if you want to not have your following it via your preview, you want to use preview for something else, for example. We want to keep, these particular inputs up and running and just switching back and forth between them kind of thing. What I can then do is I can click on Source up here underneath my joystick. And when I do that, let me zoom my camera out so you can see everything here. All right, so when I click on Source, you'll see that my switcher up here at the top will change colors, allowing me to select the camera that I want to choose. So if I get rid of it, it'll go back to its normal switcher mode, which is in my main switcher at the moment. But if I hold down Source like so and say, all right, I only want my joystick to control one particular camera, I can then say, all right, I want it to be camera number 1, like so, and then let go of it. And now I have my PTZ controls assigned to that. Okay, so now like you see, I don't have preview. Follow preview is now off, and then so I can switch back and forth between those different shots. No big deal. And then if I start to use my PTZ controls here, then we'll do the same thing I was doing a minute ago. Which, hey, check it out. All right, so I can still use my positioning that way. So that way you can have your preview designated to what you want, but then you have your source of your joystick, whatever you want that to be. Okay, now there's a few other ways to recall different presets on here as well, which I think is very important to do, because going through sometimes and having to, I need to get into this particular shot right now kind of thing, using the joystick, we want to just snap to it right away. So for example, you'll see over on my interface over here, I have a preset that I've already built for my default camera position. So if I click on that, you'll see it'll zoom into exactly what we have here. Okay, so now let's go through and create another preset for us to cycle between. And to do that, I'll have to go back over to my Flex Dual, and let's zoom in to this portion of the screen. So we can now use the Numpad to start to assign our different shots as well. So what I'll do now is let me go over to this portion again, just so you can kind of see what I'm doing in real time here. All right, I'm juggling between different windows here, so forgive me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. We don't want to look at my face. No. Let's go up here, and we'll take a screen grab of these different PTZ cameras that I have over my desk right now. These are just decorative and just gives you an idea. So, hello, there they are. Okay, so now what I want to do on my interface, now that I have that dialed in, let's move over to the Numpad here. And let's take a look at that. So now you'll see on the Numpad I have an option that says PTZ here. And if I click on PTZ, this says I can do follow preview or follow joystick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the joystick, which is what I currently have this set to right now. So F joy, like so. All right, and then I can then load in a preset, I can save a preset, or I can clear the preset, and then I can also manipulate the rate in which my camera moves as well, depending on the camera you have plugged in. So from here, let's go ahead and I'm going to save a preset, and if I click on save, it'll ask me a number to enter in here, so I'm going to enter it in as 2, and enter, and then you can see on the interface that now I have a preset for that particular shot. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go back, and I'm going to go and click on load. And now what I can do is I can say I want to go back to my number 1, so I'll press 1, enter, and then that'll zoom back out to my main shot here. And if I click 2 again, it'll go back up here to that position. Cool. All right, so let me go ahead and page up here so we get back to that menu. I can then also say, if I want to clear one of these, let's get rid of number 2, so I'll hit clear, and then hit 2, and then you'll see on the interface that deleted my preset number 2, but I want that there, so let's go ahead and go back. Now, you can see on the menu here that I'm currently on the clear menu, so if I want to go back up one page, I'll just say page up, and then it'll get back to that menu that I was just seeing there. So let's go ahead and save that, back to 2. There we go. Cool, and then you'll see back on the interface that that shot is where it needs to be. Okay, so we have load, we also have clear, and we also have save. Now let me also show you the rate. So if I click on rate here, this will give us an option to change the speed in which the camera is going to move between my shots. So let's set that right now as fast, like so. Boop, all right. And then we'll page up, hit load, and then we'll hit 1, enter, and then it'll snap over to my shot like so. Ta-da! And let's do that again. I'll go back to rate, and then I'll put it to slow. And then, oops, let me back up here. All right. And then we'll go to load, and then go to 2, and then that'll go up to my shot very, very slow, like so. Yes. Cool. So those are different ways that you can go through and change that. So let's go back to the rate. We'll put that over to, whoops, fast, like so. Back up. Hit load 1, and then it'll zoom back over to my shot here. Okay, so a lot of different ways you can combine this depending on how you want to have your show set up, but a lot of cool things that you can do this as far as using the joystick and then also using the presets to help you switch between those shots really, really quickly. So a lot of things you can do with this. Highly recommend playing around with it, and of course, you know me, have some fun. Hey, there you have it, yet another awesome way to use the TriCaster Flex Dual in your live productions. Now, for more tutorial videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to the VizRT YouTube channel at youtube.com/VizRTofficial. And you can find more information about the TriCaster Flex Dual, our PTZ cameras, and other VizRT products and services by contacting your local VizRT partner or visit our website, VizRT.com. And you can also get professional training with VizRT products by signing up for Viz University at VizRT.com/community/Viz-University. And if you are posting your work using VizRT products on social media, make sure that you tag us using the hashtags VizRT or TriCaster. We love seeing what you are working on. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of VizRT Tuesday Tutorials.